Did you know that some older parents give too much after retirement and end up full of regret? What often begins with the best intentions, helping your adult children get on their feet, offering support out of love, or simply doing what feels normal within a family, can slowly take a toll. Here's the hard truth. Once you retire, your energy, finances, and independence are not as easy to restore as they once were. Giving away pieces of your life, no matter how well-intentioned, can quietly dismantle the peace you spent decades building. This video walks through 7 things you should never hand over to your children after retirement. Not because you don't care, but because the cost of your health, autonomy, and future well-being is simply too high. And most importantly, because protecting these things doesn't make you selfish. It makes you wise. Let's begin. Number 1, control over your financial decisions. One of the most critical and often overlooked things to protect in retirement is control over your money. Many older adults unknowingly give up this control by signing over financial authority to help a child manage bills, handle online accounts, or just take care of things. What starts as a gesture of trust can slowly turn into a shift in power. And once that control slips away, it can be incredibly hard to regain. This isn't about mistrust. It's about protection. Your financial choices determine where you live, the care you receive, and how you spend your final years. Handing over full control, even to someone you love deeply, is like giving away the steering wheel to your life. That imbalance can lead to misunderstandings, tension, or in worst cases, financial abuse. A man named Gerald, 77, gave his son access to his accounts to help with online banking. At first, it worked fine, but over time, his son began making purchases without asking. Small at first, then more significant. I felt like a guest in my own finances, Gerald said. The truth is, your money represents more than dollars. It's your effort, your boundaries, and your independence. You have every right to stay in control, even if you ask for help with occasional tasks. There's a big difference between someone assisting you and someone taking over. Set firm boundaries. Use joint accounts sparingly. Keep records. Understand what's being done and why. And if something doesn't feel right, trust your instincts and speak up. After all the years you spent earning, saving, and managing your finances, no one, not even your children, should decide what you do with your money. That decision is yours. Number 2, your home or property before it's necessary. Transferring your home or other property to your child before it's absolutely necessary may seem generous, but it can be one of the riskiest choices an older adult makes. You might think they'll get it eventually, or this will make things easier now. But what often happens is you give away the very thing that provides security and control. Your home isn't just a place to live. It's your anchor. It's where you decide who visits, when you rest, how you live, and when you leave. Transferring ownership, whether to avoid taxes, simplify inheritance, or help financially, may mean surrendering those rights. Depending on your state's laws, reclaiming them may be impossible. Dorothy, 81, signed over her house to her son to protect it from medical costs. 2 years later, he went through a divorce and the house became entangled in a legal battle. "It didn't even feel like mine anymore," she said. "I just wanted peace, and I lost my peace trying to do the right thing." Even when relationships are strong, life is unpredictable. Children can face job losses, divorces, or financial troubles. If your property is in their name, their problems can become yours. Keep your name on the deed. Consult a legal expert who specializes in elder law. Look into living trusts or shared agreements that allow for planning without giving up ownership. You spent your life building a safe place. Keeping it in your name doesn't make you ungrateful. It makes you responsible for the independence you've earned. Number 3, unlimited access to your time and energy. After retirement, your time becomes one of your most precious resources. Yet many older parents give it away without limits, offering rides, running errands, babysitting, always being on call. What starts as love and support slowly turns into obligation. Before long, your days no longer feel like your own. There's nothing wrong with helping. The problem is when that help becomes expected rather than appreciated. When availability becomes assumed. When rest and rhythm are regularly disrupted because saying no feels like betrayal. Joyce, 76, loved helping with the grandkids, but soon she was picking them up 4 days a week, missing her book club, skipping doctor appointments, and falling asleep before dinner from pure exhaustion. I retired to enjoy my life, she said, not to relive the same schedule I had at 40. Your energy after 70 is different. It needs protecting. You deserve rest, space, and time to do what nourishes you without guilt. It's okay to say, I can help on Tuesdays, but I need the rest of the week for myself. It's okay to reschedule. To protect your mornings, your quiet afternoons, your weekend plans. You are not selfish for guarding your time. You are wise for recognizing that your time matters. Number 4, the role of emotional counselor or fixer. One of the hardest patterns to break as a parent is the instinct to solve your children's emotional problems. Even when they're grown, you've spent a lifetime being their anchor. But in retirement, constantly absorbing their stress can quietly wear you down. Your emotional reserves become more precious. When adult children bring you every crisis, relationship troubles, work drama, financial panic, you may find yourself taking on weight that's no longer yours to carry. Howard, 78, had a son who called daily to vent about his failing business. Howard listened, advised, even lent money, but began losing sleep, feeling helpless, and walking with a knot in his chest. I started feeling like I was the one drowning, he said. You're allowed to listen without solving, to say, that sounds hard. I hope you find a way through it. You can suggest therapy or other resources that don't involve your constant emotional labor. Your peace isn't a luxury, it's your medicine. Protecting it doesn't mean closing your heart. It means keeping your heart whole, so you can offer love without losing yourself. Number 5, direct responsibility for raising grandchildren. Many older adults care for their grandchildren with love, but taking on full or near full responsibility, especially in retirement, can quickly become more than your body, mind, or finances can handle. What starts as helping becomes expectation. And suddenly your retirement is no longer your own. It affects your sleep, your stress, your ability to manage your health. Emotionally, it pulls you back into a life stage you already lived once. Linda, 73, agreed to watch her grandson for one summer. The months turned into years. I love him with all my heart, she said, but I'm tired. I didn't realize how much I'd lose. The guilt is real. The love is real, but so is the cost. Explore other solutions. Can help be shared? Can outside childcare be involved? Can you offer specific days instead of being on call indefinitely? Boundaries are not rejection. They are clarity. You are not required to start over again in your 70s. You can say, I'll love them, guide them, support them, but I cannot raise them. Number 6, your retirement savings or emergency funds. Giving your child access to your retirement savings is generous, but also dangerous. Whether it's paying their debt, covering a mortgage, or giving cash in emergency, the result is the same. You chip away at your financial safety net. Once the money leaves, it rarely comes back. And if your health declines or an emergency arises, that cushion may be gone. Henry, 80, loaned his son nearly $30,000 over 5 years. First for car repairs, then bills, then a business idea. I thought I was helping, he said, but I was emptying the tank I was supposed to retire on. It's not just money. It's the emotional toll, the stress, the anxiety of wondering if you'll have enough. That stress alone can impact your health. You are not selfish for saying, I need to protect my savings. Your children can rebuild. You may not have the same time or energy to. Set clear limits. Offer guidance before money. Encourage other solutions. Protecting your finances protects everyone in the long run. Number 7, decision-making power over your life plans. Retirement is a time for you to make choices that reflect who you are now, not what others expect. Yet many older adults let their children start making decisions for them instead of with them. It usually starts with suggestions. Move closer. Stop driving. Downsize. These may come from care, but without truly listening, they become commands. Elaine, 79, moved across the country to be near her daughter, but 6 months later, she fell out of place. It wasn't my town, my church, my doctor, or my friends, she said. You don't need to fit someone else's vision to make your life valid. You are still in charge of your story. Listen to your children, but don't surrender your voice. Speak with confidence. Ask questions. Put plans in writing. You can say, "I appreciate your concern, but I know what's best for me." That one sentence can protect not just your independence, but your dignity. Final thoughts. Retirement is sacred, deeply personal. It's meant to be lived on your own terms. But out of love or obligation, many older adults give away the very things that protect their peace: time, money, homes, and boundaries. This isn't about withholding love. It's about giving in ways that preserve your foundation. Because you can love your children without losing yourself. You can draw boundaries without guilt. And you can absolutely protect what you've built. Not from fear, but from wisdom. Let this message stay with you. Retirement should be guided not by pressure, but by clarity, courage, and care,